Welcome to Off the Air. I'm Raquel.
I'm Ara, and today we have the amazing Sassy Mandy. Welcome, Mandy.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, it's been a long time coming. Is this your first podcast?
Not my first podcast with you, but
Cute. We
first
love
of
that.
many, first of many.
So Mandy is actually, fun fact, one of the first creators on OnlyFans since 2017, 2018.
I don't remember exactly what year it was, but definitely early on. I didn't actually know anyone at the time that I joined.
And
Wow.
fun fact, how I met her was I came to Miami for my birthday. I was doing a shoot with this random photographer, and I was fully butt-ass naked. And she walks in with her carry-on, and she's staying in one of the rooms or something. And
I was living there.
Yeah,
So I was walking to the kitchen, I remember, and there was always girls in lingerie and stuff in there. So to me, it's no big deal, but you were like, hanging out.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I was like, oh my god, I'm naked. But then I also
see this
didn't
every
care at the
day.
same time because I had so many shots. And then I just walked into her room naked. I was, hey, I'm Ara.
Yeah, she was, I heard you're from Canada. I'm from Canada. And we became friends.
We became friends, and at the time I had a Patreon, and she was telling me all about OnlyFans and how it's so much better and how you can make extra money in the messages and it's not just a subscription. And I was, oh my god, and she really convinced me. I really should have used your referral code at the time. I didn't even know
I should have been on the ball with that from early on, because 2 months after I had been on the platform, every single girl that I had met or was around all ended up on it, and a lot of them I didn't realize that I influenced to want to go on it, because
Such a missed opportunity. Don't you want to? Oh, I wish I could go back in time.
kinda, but I also didn't want the pressure of having to deal with referrals, because again, I didn't have any type of coaching or advice on it, so when I went on, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I just remember seeing all these options, and I was growing a following at the time. I definitely should monetize in some form, and there's all these different options available at the time, and I really went through all of them and seen OnlyFans, and none of these platforms have any of these options. And now down the line, to this day, there's no other platform that had all that.
And they have the most amount of fan base or
Absolutely.
consumers, I guess, if that's what you
Yeah,
call
it ended up
on
being
it.
the winning platform at the time. There was premium Snapchat, there was Patreon, there was
Yeah,
that. They were
right.
all doing private, their own like websites and stuff. And OF didn't even have all these crazy features yet, and it still was so much better than the other options.
it was.
What made you start it? How did you find OnlyFans? Where did it come from?
Once my Instagram was growing, a lot of people presented the idea of monetizing content. But I actually found out about OnlyFans through an email, because I had gotten an email early on, and they were just, you know how sometimes you get messages from, oh, this is our new platform. They said, oh, this girl, Gem Wolfie, I think her name was, she's already making $100K a month. There was a whole email about that. And I was like, $100K a month? Through this, and yes, she had 1 or 2 million followers at the time, so I was maybe had 50K followers. I was nowhere near that at the time.
She was quickly growing. She literally went from 50 to 400.
Yeah, no, I ended up blowing up afterwards, and especially while having OF at the time. I don't know, I just heard that amount of money, and I wasn't even thinking that online you could ever hit these amounts. I'm thinking maybe when people are saying monetize, maybe I'll make a few thousand here or there. I wasn't thinking people are making 6 figures on the internet from these pictures. We're already posting crazy pictures on our timelines.
We're already sending them on Snapchat to the guys.
Yeah, literally.
I'm just getting ignored.
Literally. Heavy on the ignored.
Let's monetize all of that. So, how did you actually grow your Instagram? What was your process with that?
I feel my Instagram blew up at the time where photo shoots were popping, and I got in pretty early. I remember doing my first ever photo shoot because I actually came to Miami one time, and I was on vacation, but I actually came out here for a month with one of my girlfriends. I had no Instagram when I got here, but then when I was out here, I ended up reactivating it just to stay in contact with a lot of people I met out here. And so many of them were, are you an influencer? Are you an influencer? And I didn't really know much about this.
How many followers did you have at that time?
Well, like maybe 2-3K. Nothing. I had Instagram for a long time, so I had it at 2-3K. Then I was deactivated for 2 years, just doing my own thing. I didn't want anything to do with social media. I was a very private person for a while. I was going through a lot of things, and then when I came to Miami, I just wanted to stay in touch with a lot of people, and so many people kept saying, you should do this. It was everyone out here does stuff that, and then I got a message from a modeling manager to do actual modeling. He wanted to put me on this contract, and he asked me for portfolio work, and I was, damn, I don't have any portfolio work. So I ended up hitting up this is Eames, because he's from Toronto, and I see a lot of girls shooting with him, just to get some portfolio shots. And when he started posting them, once those were ready, my page jumped to 27K. Wow. So I just shot with him to have work to look, I model. I wanted to look, I had some sort of experience in the industry. I didn't know what the heck was going on. And it just started to go viral. So I'm like, oh, let me shoot with him again. And between my first 2 shoots, I went up to maybe like in the 70 or 80K
wow.
just off posting those. And
that's crazy.
That's so wild.
My
People
first
loved you.
Yeah, I feel 90% of my, actually until about 700K, I would say all of those were just off photo shoots. So then I was, okay, I worked with Eames quite a few times, but then I was working with a bunch of other photographers as well, and every time they're posting me, I'm growing 100K, and then I didn't start doing promo and marketing or anything like that until pandemic, to be honest. So.
When you first started doing this, for somebody that wants to maybe go down this route, did you pay these photographers? Were they offering it you?
Was it collabs?
Yeah.
So there was definitely a mixture. Things have changed a lot because this was before OF and all these platforms became poppin'. Again, I was one of the first people on it, so when I first was shooting, a lot of people were willing to collab. At Eames, I always paid. There were certain photographers I always paid.
Yeah.
And there's certain photographers who now I pay, but at the time we were both collabing. I remember Freelance. I did one of my early on shoots with him at a Billy spot that I was staying at, and we both had pretty under 100K, so it was mutually beneficial. I remember collabing with certain photographers, and then all of us blew up at the same time. All the models from that time and all the photographers from that time blew up together. Cool. And then because we started to make money, it became, okay, now it's more of a business thing.
And you know what's funny? Throughout this whole time you're doing this, I was sitting in my cubicle, I was watching your page grow, and I was getting inspired by it because I was, wow, I just met her in Miami. She was at 100K, or I don't know how many followers you had when I met you, but every time I would check your page, you were going up by 20, 50, 30. I was like, what? I just checked your page last night. How is this? This is so crazy. I need to get myself to Miami. Like, this is where it's happening.
I remember too, when I first grew to 27K, and then I went back to Miami, I ended up hitting certain milestones where I was like, okay, I need to go to Miami. And I remember when I had 60 or 70K, my goal was, I think it was October, and I'm like, okay, my goal by the new year is to hit 100K. I went to Miami in December, and I started just working with all types of people. I used to go to prominent status studios and work with so many people there. And I remember hitting not only 100K the week before Christmas, but then my page was growing 15K a day for 2 months almost, until I got my first deleted Shadowban thing.
Oh no.
So pretty much from December until February, I was going 15K a day. So my goal was 100K by New Year's, and I ended up hitting 250,000 by New Year's instead.
That's
And within
awesome.
less than a month span, my page was just out of control. And then on Valentine's Day, I posted something about come talk to me in my bio, and it got taken down, and
Your whole page?
No, the post got taken down, and then my page that was my first start of a Shadowban. Because then my page just stopped growing entirely, and then it took a while before it would grow again, and everything changed from that moment forward.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
How did you pivot through that for people that kind of experience that? What kind of recommendation do you do? Do you just stop using the page? Do you
keep going?
Yeah.
Keep posting?
There's definitely a mixture of things, and this is always changing also, because at that time, I didn't really know what to do. People said, leave your account alone, don't post for 2 weeks. They said it would restart after 2 weeks.
People would tell you to go private.
Yeah, so I don't remember exactly what I did. I did a mixture of things. I probably left my account alone entirely for maybe 2 weeks, and then I think probably would have tried private, and then I did private quite a few times throughout having Instagram. And then I just kept working with photographers, and then I tried to work with new people, and I tried to just have more traffic coming in than the Shadowban could stop me from seeing. If other people are posting me, it doesn't matter if I'm not getting my own Explore feed traffic, because I'm getting traffic from that person's page. And pretty much from that point forward, that became my strategy, is get other people to post you, work with other people, and collabs and photo shoots.
So I have a question. What were you doing before OF? How were you making money and stuff? Were you bartending, bottle service?
Yeah, I was working in the nightlife. I started bartending from when I was 18 years old. I'm from Quebec, so legal drinking age there. And yeah, then
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, Quebec
Yeah.
and Alberta and Canada is 18. Everywhere else is 19.
Yeah, then Ontario's 19. So yeah. And then I moved to Toronto. I was doing bottle service and just working nightlife in general and stuff.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Similar, a lot of girls I feel were in the nightlife that transition into
Yeah, exactly.
doing OF.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you blew up, you're making a ton of money, then you're traveling. We went to Thailand together.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
It was actually fun. And
It was.
I've never
but
been to Thailand. I'm jealous.
it was great, and then one of the girls ended up needing surgery. And it
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
Yeah, so
Oh,
I had an
geez.
assistant who was actually my best friend from high school.
Wait, she's the one that needed surgery?
Yeah, so what happened was I asked her if she's comfortable with driving a scooter, because that's what everybody drives there. And
Oh,
she's from a
God.
farm in Canada, so she's used to driving all these different types of vehicles and
Yeah.
motorized vehicles, right? So
Yeah.
are you comfortable with driving this? Because I've never driven one, I'm not. She was like, yeah, I don't care, I would love to. I was with somebody in your back, she's like, yeah, cool. At the time, Mandy had a boyfriend, her boyfriend was
yeah,
gonna
he
get
was
a
driving.
scooter.
I'm okay. We're good because I'm not driving that.
Right,
thing.
so we get our scooter. First day, we literally are going down, and all the streets are windy. So we're going around a corner, and a van's coming, and she literally lost.
No.
Yeah, we literally drove into the van.
Oh my God, you guys.
It
Right.
was so bad. I don't know why I'm laughing right now. It was terrifying.
But
I
at
was
the
like,
time, nothing was bleeding
yeah, we didn't
outside
realize
of her
the
body
damage.
and stuff, and we didn't know what was going on inside. So we go to the doctor. They're like, oh, you're fine. Just go home and rest. So she goes home and rests, and we go to the next island, and we're just living life. And when we get to the next island, she's feeling worse. And the islands get smaller, so the medical help gets smaller. So the doctor's knowledge has become smaller. So
This is traumatic.
we went to a smaller island.
Actually, really bad.
No, it was really bad. We went to a smaller island. She wasn't feeling better, so we have to take you into the hospital.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
They took her into the hospital. They were, you have to go back to the other island because they have a bigger hospital, so they can help you better. So me and her ended up going, and we had to leave.
Yeah.
We had to separate.
And we didn't know what we were doing. We were out there with ours. She had already been out there, so we're just going to places she's comfortable with. And even my boyfriend at the time, he never even really traveled anywhere crazy like that. So he doesn't know what it was.
I think the
overwhelming.
whole thing was just traumatic.
Yeah, and
it's everybody involved.
Exactly, and it wasn't one of those resort vacations where you just sit there and you're on the resort. It was, we're traveling, we're getting on flights within the country.
We're getting on boats.
Traveled-
We're getting on.
Yeah, we traveled like a lot of different areas of the
Wow.
country, and this was before the pandemic. Like,
And also they're
I was
depending on
sitting-
me to tell them where to go and
Yeah.
how to live and what to do. And I gotta go over
Yeah,
here
she
because
had
my
to go
friend
back. And we were like, okay, do we stay there? We've never been out here. We're spending quite a bit of money to be out there. Let's still go to the places we're booked at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it became, it was hectic. But it still
It was,
ended up being
it was
fun.
hectic, yeah.
Did you love Thailand though? Would you go back or would you just stay away from there?
It's so funny because now I definitely say I would go back, but at the time I remember feeling so frustrated. I was having issues with the food because I feel a lot
Yeah,
of
she
places.
couldn't find any food that she liked.
We're going to KFC and to regular fast food chains even. We're going to all different types of options, and the chicken is pink. The meat is undercooked.
No, I
naturally.
couldn't. I would
It
not.
wasn't though, like I don't know,
No,
wherever
I'm sorry.
I went it wasn't.
There was
Wherever
like,
they were going.
but you'll have the street food stuff. I don't know, I just didn't want to have the street food.
I love the street
And
food.
my ex, he was just really,
Yeah, I'm down for
he
street
is
food
not
too.
Yeah.
eating
I
any
was-
But I grew up in New York
experimental
I was
looking-
like
So, like, it's
$2
normal for
meal.
me.
I was $2 meal on
Yeah.
the street, and the chicken wasn't paying. It was normal, but I could
But
see
we didn't
from
want to
some.
eat off these carts that are corner. It's a
Did you
food
do it in
shack.
New York?
I mean, I've had those pretzels.
They call them street meat. That's what they
Yeah,
call
but that's what it
street
is.
meat.
I've tried it when I was younger.
Fire.
Now I'm turned off by it. I don't know why. The older I get, the more I just don't that type of stuff. And definitely not in Thailand. And then they have cockroach stands. They have all this weird stuff.
No.
No, yeah,
out
that
there.
they have cockroach stands. That's
Literally,
like a thing.
so
and
it's
they
like I just no. I'm
they
just
have
associating all
scorpions
of
to
it.
eat.
Okay,
yeah.
I can't.
No,
I can't
that's
get
what I'm
down
saying.
with
So I'm
that.
just associating all of this in my head with nasty. I just
People actually go there
yeah.
to do crazy YouTube videos with that.
Absolutely, but that's
But-
not my thing.
But anyways,
Yeah, let's jump into a happier state. What's
Yeah.
your favorite island that you, or it doesn't have to be an island. What's your
yeah,
favorite
which one was your
vacation?
highlight of
Out of Thailand or in general?
No, in general, any place that you've ever been where you're like, oh my god, I'm obsessed with this place. I would move here in a heartbeat.
Honestly, I would love to live on any island. I can't think of any that I hated. A country that I go to a lot though is Mexico. Obviously, there's
Same.
places that are craziest beach, craziest this, but I just felt the most at home when I go to Mexico.
Me
I
too.
probably went there 10, 20 times during
Me
the pandemic,
too.
and I've definitely thought of getting
I can
a
relate.
spot out there just because, like, I don't know, I love it. And it's very Americanized. You can find all your stores out there.
Yeah.
It's just
I can agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
beautiful weather, beautiful
Let's get
beaches.
nasty.
Yeah, let's get nasty. So Mandy's recently single,
Yeah.
and one fun fact about her ex is that he would never go down on her.
Literally, that's now top not bucket list requirement, but top requirement in a new bay.
Yeah.
We're not settling.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
You
Toronto
need
Bay.
that in your
It's a
life.
Toronto Jamaican man's thing.
I'm craving it, but definitely if you are with a Toronto man, a Toronto Jamaican man, there's a 99.9%. There's some that do. You hear about
Yeah.
here and there, but for the most part, they just do not do it.
See, if you're a guy listening and you expect to get a blowjob out of a girl, you should also know that you're supposed to go down on her. I'm making that a new rule.
I feel like it's just not the Toronto standard. It's just they're the
So Toronto men are canceled.
completely canceled.
Canceled. If you don't want to go down on us, we don't want you at all.
That's it.
But no, I feel that should be the new standard for all girls. Is he should go down on you first. Once that's done, then he gets a blowjob.
Do you want to know what's weird about me though? I actually don't enjoy it.
What?
I know. Am I a weird girl?
I feel
Maybe
like
you never had it good. Maybe you didn't have a
I
good
have
job.
had it good. I've calmed on multiple occasions. I just don't really. I don't know. I feel a vibrator can do just as good.
I agree with
don't
that, though.
need it.
I feel
It's
like I
not
used to not love
necessary for
it,
me.
and then I've had some partners who were specifically amazing at it. That I'm okay, I love this. But then when I went so long without it, I just became
Forgot about
indifferent
it.
to. Yeah, I just. But I don't know.
It's
Someone can come
sloppy,
change
it's
my mind if they
messy.
want.
So, what's a crazy sexual experience you've had?
Oh my god. Crazy how? I feel when you're in these OF industries.
The
Whatever comes to
wildest,
mind.
wildest thing you've ever
The
done.
thing is though, I feel when you're in these industries, it becomes your job to just try to be as wild as possible in
Right.
so many ways and always new and wild that it's
Have you ever done a threesome?
Absolutely. I've done threesomes, I've done foursomes, I've done like,
Foursome?
Wait, was it all girls or?
I've done I think 4, maybe 5 sums with girls. I've done
Like it's
threesomes.
5 girls and 1 guy, or 4 guys, or
all girls.
whatever the math
The one,
is.
the one with the most, the biggest one I did was just all girls. I've done 1 guy and 3 girls. I've done obviously 1 guy and 2 girls all the time.
all the time.
I've done me and 2 guys. I've done, I don't know.
So wait, you've done
Regular
you and 2
day.
guys?
I did. And they were brothers.
That's my dream.
They were literally brothers, and I used to have this brother fetish a long time ago, and then I don't
Oh
know.
my
I think
God,
that
that's
just
so
I
hot.
got it off my bucket list, and I was just over the fetish
Oh
after.
my God, was it good?
Were they twins?
No, they weren't twins. They were a few years.
That would be
apart.
cool.
No, because my ex was a twin, so now that becomes weird to even think about. And I'm like, if you guys are watching this, please don't think I'm crazy. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Have you ever had sex with anybody on your period?
Yes.
Has anybody
wait,
ever
you
went
didn't-
down on you on your period?
Yes.
Oh my God, I need to hear this. Did you tell him before?
Absolutely. I'm not gonna just blindside you with that and just be like, by the way, now that you're down there, it's
I would.
Like,
No, I'm just
hey, I just
kidding.
wanted to remind you.
yeah, I feel for that. I was very minimally. It was a long time
Bleeding.
ago. Yeah, but I was for that, for my own comfort. It wasn't on a crazy day. I feel in general too. If anything I've done during my time a month, it's gonna be on a lighter day because
Like toward the end of the cycle.
yeah, like I feel I'm so horny when I'm on it, but then at the same time, on the first 2 days, I don't even want no one touching me. Don't come near me. Don't talk to me. That's it. So it's definitely on the days where I'm just horny and not being a bitch.
Facts.
Yeah.
Is there any turnoffs for you? Your biggest turnoffs from the male species?
Being from Toronto. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Red flag.
Yeah,
Being
super
from
red
Toronto.
flag. I'm kidding. There's actually a lot of really great men in Toronto. It's just the one.
We haven't met any of them. No, I'm just kidding.
I know some that I'm okay, I know you're a good guy, but it's not necessarily the guys that I end up dating or pursuing,
Right.
just how things work out.
You the bad boys?
I troublemakers.
Yeah, what's your ideal guy?
I at this point I don't know anymore.
We're trying to find Mandy a new boo. So this
Yeah.
is your dating application.
Yeah, you guys need to help me come up with the perfect checklist because I've
Does
just
he have to be
lost
tall?
I'm 5'1". I can wear heels and still only be 5'5". So if you're even 5'7", you're already a giant to me. I'm not picky on height. Most of the guys I date have been above 6 foot. But
What's your biggest turnoff?
turn off, I don't know.
No
I-
pet peeves?
I have a million pet peeves, but I don't actually know what my.
So it wouldn't be a deal breaker for you.
For me, it's hygiene. If you have bad hygiene, I can't.
No, I feel a lot of the basic stuff that everyone would agree on. Obviously, things hygiene. I mean, it depends. I think just typical stuff.
But if you're like always picking up after him, his mommy.
So I haven't fully experienced that. I feel my ex was the only person I really was living with to that extent that you could even come make a plus.
Was he like cleaning around the house?
Yeah, he actually, his hygiene was really good, and he very much took care of stuff. He's probably more clean and tidy than me.
Sometimes guys are more clean and tidy than girls. It's crazy.
Yeah, like I feel I never let my place get so messy, but definitely he, for the most part, always took care of his own stuff. So I didn't actually experience anything bad with that.
We love a man that can take care of the house and the pussy.
He got points for that.
What are your thoughts on Andrew Tate? Would you date him?
No.
You wouldn't date him?
I wouldn't date him, but I don't hate him. I actually don't really have anything against him. I feel sometimes when I watch what he's saying, again, this could be because I'm from Toronto, where I'm used to certain mentalities, where I feel a lot of the things he's preaching is stuff that I'm just used to hearing from him.
A lot of things he says is true too.
Yeah, it's just that a lot of people they feel attacked, or maybe it triggers them because it's something that...
It's a political thing. Are you either Democratic or you're Republican or you're Green Party or something else, but if you have an opinion towards one or the other, or you're strongly feeling one way or the other, it's the same thing with Andrew Tate. You either go with that viewpoint in the brain or you don't.
Yeah, I to be honest, there's very few things, sometimes he says things where I'm okay, no, now you're pushing it, I don't agree with that, but I do feel for the most part, majority of the things he says, I feel there's a lot of fact behind it, so. A lot of women might hate me for saying that, but I don't know.
There's a lot of things that he says that are true, and there's a lot of things that we don't agree with, but.
Or what it is, it's a lot of things that girls don't want to come to reality with. How a lot of guys say, if you have a high body count, men won't want, but the truth is, a lot of men don't want to know these things or hear these things, and if they do view you different. Doesn't mean it's a bad thing, but then some girls will feel attacked by these things. But some girls, I don't know, I feel like I've already accepted that a long time ago, so you just have to accept everything you do and not be offended when people say it's a bad thing, and a lot of people can't do that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
How do you feel about somebody spitting into your mouth?
Love it, but it depends too. It depends too. I love that shit. I love freaky shit, but I also feel if I feel you're gross and you don't brush your teeth, and don't. If I'm drunk, maybe you could get away with it. I won't know if you have alcohol breath, but for the most part, if you have good hygiene, definitely do that, please.
I saw TikTok or something, and it said that when people spit into your mouth, it's a form of witchcraft, and then you fall in love with that person. Do you think that has happened to you? Did you fall in attraction towards that person? Deeper? Stronger? No. Having sex with the period blood?
The period sex apparently gives you soul ties.
Swapping those kind of...
I think the period sex I could agree with, but I feel the last guy that I could think of that spat in my mouth, I actually don't feel any type of way about him.
Really? Who was it?
So it's a lie.
Can you tell me in my ear?
I know, you might have had the same experience.
Wait. We had the same Wait, it was the same guy?
Wait, I don't know. No, I can't tell.
Is it confirmed?
No.
You didn't have that experience?
No.
Don't ask, it was a wild night.
Wait, I don't know if I heard that. We're gonna have to talk about this.
We'll talk about it later. We'll say that for another day.
How do you feel about fuckboys? Do you fuckboys? Do you hate them?
I love them.
She has a type, it's fuckboys.
I love them. No, yeah, I don't know. I feel now after my last relation, not to say my ex was a fuckboy or anything, that was not the actual issue. I always gravitate towards fuckboys, but I'm also at a point in my life, I'm down.
Do you ever think you could change the fuckboy? You're gonna be the one.
I have changed a few fuckboys, I won't lie. A lot of guys, when I first meet them, we're they're boy vibes, and then end up actually changing and becoming better and whatever. But I don't know, I think I'm at a point in my life where I'm tired of growing and training men on how to be a good man for me, and I just...
Like, come at her trained.
Yeah, please.
I love dating men that had to deal with someone new, and I would, even though, let's say I didn't know you, and you had trained him, I love a man that, because I don't have to do the work.
I want the girl before me to be doing this. I'm tired of being the first one, and
tired of training these fuckboys.
Literally. Tired of it.
I always said that. I always used to say that.
I'm dead.
No.
Please let someone else have trained him. Do you have any rappers that you've hooked up with? Singers, artists, actors?
All of the above, probably, to be honest, at some point.
Oh, Sassy Mandy.
We're Eskimo sisters was one.
Exactly. Wait, never mind. Okay, never mind.
Wait, was that the one that you...
Yeah, anyways. Clearly it was...
Oh.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, I feel when I was early 20s, I feel I had more of those experiences where I was just...
Wild.
Yeah, I was a lot more wild. I was a lot more into that, and now I'm just, I don't know.
You want a low-key guy.
I don't really mind, but I do feel most of the guys I end up dating are more low-key, or they might be really known, but they're not a superstar on social media.
Do you think it's harder to find a guy to date now that you're an OnlyFans girl? Do people try to take advantage of that?
It hasn't been an issue yet. I feel, again, when I met my ex, it was earlier in my OF days, so I didn't really have that issue. But there was a difference in how I was treated over it, because I do feel people
think you're easier.
It's not even about being easier. I don't know how to explain it. I think you have all this money coming in, and then they're helping you. It just becomes this whole thing where they feel it should benefit them too. That's a big mentality with a lot of guys, especially if they're helping, and to a degree.
Especially the Toronto guys, because they
Toronto guys,
want
they want to benefit off you anyways. Yeah.
If you're making cake and you're making money off your cake, the Toronto guys.
How do you deal with that?
I just I make it very known from the beginning, and I just try and say, at the end of the day, if I'm with someone, I spoil them. That's not an issue. I'm gonna buy you nice things. That's not a problem, especially if you're helping me out of loyalty. I will do a lot of things for you. I just hate when I'm feeling I have to, or you're only with me because I'm gonna do these things for you. The second I feel you're only with me because I benefit you,
like you're mooching or not mooching.
Yeah, like with me because I could do stuff or I'm making money. I just get turned off by that. I'd rather a man that's so focused on his own stuff that he's not even impressed by anything I'm making. You know?
You want to be spoiled.
Yeah, I do want to be spoiled. So again, it hasn't been a major issue for me yet, but now that I'm single, I haven't even really fully tried dating because I'm a little traumatized off men. But I am lucky, at least in my last situation, it was mutual, but there were times where I did feel, okay, yeah.
Should we play a game of Smash or Pass?
Okay.
Let's do it.
It's hypothetical.
Yeah, it
Smash
doesn't
or
have
pass.
to be real.
If you have already fucked them, you can just say smash. You don't have to.
Okay, I don't have to specify that I already did smash.
Unless you want to.
Damn, okay. Let's not get me in
Yeah, we
trouble,
like some
guys.
juicy content.
Yeah.
We're down to share.
Okay.
Okay, Chris Brown, smash or pass?
Damn. In theory, I would say smash, but I know so many girls that smashed him that now I'm
Turned off.
It's not turned off. I would never even, I don't know if the opportunity presented itself. I don't know how I would respond to it, but I do feel.
If Chris Brown was here right now and was like.
That's the thing, like if I met him and the vibe was there, I don't know, but I feel just off the top of my head, if someone was, oh, do you want to go smash him? I'm like, not right now.
Not right now.
No.
Okay.
So question mark.
True.
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Smash.
I love that. Taylor Holder.
Who?
Taylor Holder. He's a TikToker.
You have to show me a picture.
I'm trying to search him right
Let's
now.
see. Oh.
He wrote the song.
Oh, I didn't know who that was.
I feel like I don't know, maybe smash. I haven't hooked up with a white boy in a while, I won't lie, but I feel
Is it
like,
smash?
I think
Taylor
smash.
Holder smash?
Potentially smash.
Okay, love that. Jason Derulo.
Ooh, he's attractive. He's a very attractive guy, but I feel he was so posting his family that now I can't. Now it's past. Yeah. In my head, I don't know if he's even still with his girl or whatever.
Even when he was with his girl, I know that he was in my friend's DMs.
These men are, but I just feel in my head, if I associate you as a family man, once I know you have a family and kids, I don't
On your end, you're good.
Old me a few years ago would have been,
Don't care.
doesn't matter,
Yeah.
but now when I see people, at least, once I know you have a girl and kids, like I just don't
I feel like that's something the universal thing that all girls need to agree on is if you know a man is in a relationship and has a family, just go to the next man.
I agree with that. We need to bring back girl code because that was definitely lost over time, where girls will go fuck anyone or go be with anyone. They'll sneak their own friends for men, especially when it's guys of status and money. I've watched
like for
so
a
many
wild
girls,
girl, for him to forget about you tomorrow and never text you again.
Exactly.
Go back to his family.
You see who he's claiming on the internet. You're just gonna be a side piece. You know he's not gonna do anything for you. And it's different too. Some of these guys will have hush money, and some of these girls are just doing it for no reason. They just think, oh, he's gonna fall in love with me next, but you're gonna be the girl that split up that whole. It would never.
Or you're just the girl he's hanging out with while his baby mama's busy with the kid.
Yeah, I grew past that now. I feel like I'm too grown for that.
Good job.
Yeah. We're elevating.
Okay, next guy, Drewski. Do you know
What is he? I don't remember what he looks. I feel like I do know what he looks like.
Smash or pass, Drewski.
Oh, I'm dead.
He's just like
I low-key love chubby
funny.
boys though.
Yeah.
And I love funny men. And
give me a big boy.
I low-key have a weak spot for that, especially when they're funny.
It's big boy season. Hit us up if you're a big boy.
Yeah, I think it would have to depend on the vibe.
I said smash to him.
You said smash?
Wait, should we be rating them too, or just
I want to hear how you guys feel about this too.
Drewski, I already said I would smash him when I did an interview earlier.
Yeah,
Because I think he's funny, and I have a thing for big boys right now
me too. Like it's such a thing. I just have such.
I feel like when somebody's
Do you
funny,
think you were influenced?
me
by the song.
As a joke, yeah.
No, but I feel I was in my big boy era, and then the song came out, and I was
Oh, I low-key had a thing for big boys for the longest time because I realized sex with big boys is always better. There's just a magic trick behind it.
No, she has the magic.
I
trick.
have
Can you
like
please
this whole
tell
thing.
us the
Oh my
magic
God.
trick?
So this is the thing with bigger guys. So a lot of girls, you come from the clit rubbing. So when a guy has a belly and you're on top of him, it just rubs so much easier. And so you don't even have to do anything and you come in 10 seconds. So
Yeah,
I just
true.
always had a thing for that little belly. I don't know.
It's true.
It's science, okay?
Interesting.
Travis
He's
Scott.
single now, so you can't even say family.
I already know the answer to this one.
Okay, we'll say smash.
Okay.
Lil Baby.
Smash.
G Herbo.
Smash. These are easy.
Puff Daddy.
Ooh. Damn, this is gonna get political. Typically, smash if there wasn't outside factors of things.
He's just not your type.
Right.
No, it's not that. It's just
No,
I don't-
there's a lot. Not aesthetically. Viewpoints.
No, I think all
Oh,
of that
okay.
is fine. I think more just personally and people I know and maybe people I might have been friends with who might
Understood.
Right in the same
like
circles.
yeah,
Understood.
like yeah.
Understood.
I don't like to. I don't to.
What about girls? Let's ask girls.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Shoot, now you're putting me on the spot.
Ice Spice.
Ooh.
Smash or pass.
I think pass.
Coily Ray.
I think I'm really picky with my girls. Like I
Same.
can't really say who is an absolute smash, but I feel
Jennifer Lopez.
oh definitely smash because it's just
Kylie
too
Jenner.
Smash.
Kalani.
Smash.
Smash. Oh my god,
Yeah.
Kalani, I would go lesbian for Kalani.
Kalani too.
Definitely.
She's the best.
Uh,
SZA.
Oh my god, yes.
I don't actually know what she looks like.
Hot.
She's
I've never actually, but definitely
SZA's a bad
just
Based
by
on
her
her
voice
music
and based
and,
on like yeah.
Yeah, it's so creative and dope.
Oh yeah, she's cute. Yeah, smash.
It's the juicy lips for me, SZA.
Yeah.
Glorilla.
I love.
I
Glorilla.
love her.
I'm sorry, I
I'm
love
obsessed with
her.
her.
When I first came back to Miami, I came out here with my girlfriend from early December, and we went to SLS and we were just checking into our hotel. And the second I walked into the lobby, she was the first person
No
I seen.
way.
Really?
And I was like, I'm freshly going through a breakup. I'm blasting F&F in the whole flight here, and then I touched down. And I'm like, oh my god! I just literally wanted to run up to her and
She's
be like,
got
I
the
love
best
you.
voice. She's so dope.
I'm just obsessed with her.
I can't
Like,
wait to
she-
see her grow.
Yeah,
she's gonna be an A-lister. So
she's about
like,
to
She's
have, like-
already almost there.
yeah, she really is.
She's about to
pretty
do,
dope.
like,
Where did she even
Party.
come from?
I know. That's what I was thinking.
I think she's about to do what
Are you like
Cardi
Cardi B's
did.
artist?
No, she's actually with CMG, so she's with Gotti. But
Yo Gotti's label is really good.
yeah,
They invest a
definitely.
lot into their artists.
Yeah, she's gonna kill it. I have no doubt she's gonna take that
Sure.
Cardi route where it's like from this to
Your label really can help you like either blow the fuck up or stay
Yeah.
stagnant.
yeah.
I feel.
I agree with that.
Okay, I have two more for you. Britney Spears, smash or pass?
Current Britney, or are we talking about thousands Britney? Are we talking Britney before she shaved the head? What are we talking about here? I guess pass because
You could choose which Britney that you would smash.
maybe the younger Britney.
Like-
I loved her. Britney and the Spice Girls were my idols when I was 3 or 4, and now I don't know.
Cute.
Yeah,
What about Tiana Trump?
smash. Absolutely.
She
No
looks like
hesitation.
such a freak.
No hesitation.
Like the wildest,
Yeah.
amazing mover. Like everything that she does.
Yeah, I feel like I just love her energy and just
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
She's beautiful too.
Do you have a favorite age or like, I don't know, an age range that you look for in a guy? If
Not
they're
really.
above or below an age or no?
I feel a lot of guys I used to date were all at least 10 years older than me. My last relationship, he was only 1 year older than me, which I felt like you're both. I feel like a man needs to be a few years older because
Facts.
women become more mature and they're more on top of things. And
Faster than
also,
men.
a lot of men don't. A lot of men don't even start to take certain things serious until they're in their 30s. They're just having fun, partying, and not saving, not building foundation. Not all of them. There's always some that are serious from their early life, but I just feel out of the guys I've met, a lot of them are just only start to focus on things in their 30s, and I feel like I've been on the ball with things from such a young age that, like, I need that. I don't know. A lot of the younger ones are still on a learning curve. But at the same time, I know a lot of girls that say they even date younger men and they're having an even greater experience because younger guys are just trying so
They
hard
keep
to
young.
Yeah, and they're just trying so hard to impress an older woman. So I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that.
Yeah, I do too. There's been so many times that I started talking to a guy and he's like younger than me. No, but
Yeah,
like so
they're
cute.
so cute. My mom just got remarried and to someone over 10 years younger than her, and I'm like, that was smart.
I love that for her.
I love that
Go
for her,
mom.
too. I
Go
love that.
mama,
Yeah.
sassy.
Sassy mama.
Sassy
Love
mama. How do you feel about when a guy, okay, so let's say you met a guy at a club or wherever, you guys exchange numbers and he asks you to hang out instead of planning a date or doing something. How do you feel about that? Would you pull up or what would your response be to that?
Ugh. It depends on if he's trying to actually pursue me, you need to come at me correct. And I say this with any guy where it's like, if you're just a guy and we're already flirty and we're just more hookup vibes and I already don't really care where things go, then I don't really care about the early process. But if I meet someone new and they're actually trying to pursue me, you have to come correct from day one. You have to make sure you're taking me on a date. You have to pick me up for the date. I'm not driving myself to our date or getting
You know
an
what I
Uber to the
remember? I
date.
always remember when you told me the guy has to put in so much effort because your ex drove however many hours
Yeah.
to come pick you up for your first
Yeah,
date.
I remember when I met my ex, for example, and this is just the most recent example, but he was someone that I felt if you're not, at the time, I just came back from Miami. I'm not looking for someone to hook up with and do none of that whatever stuff. It's you're either going to pursue me correctly and we're going to do something, or
And at the
I wasn't
time
looking
you were
for-
trying to get wifed up.
I wasn't actually trying to get waved up, but I just felt I don't care to do anything else but that. I don't need anyone new in my life. It's
Right.
not that. My car, I had crashed my car in Miami. So
Again?
No, this no, my other car, my last car. But it wasn't me. Someone else crashed it. I was drunk in the trunk, literally passed out of my car, and I
Did
woke
you
up.
say you were drunk in the trunk?
I was drunk in the trunk because there was a pillow in the trunk. Long story. This is probably a whole other story.
Wait, what is going on? We need to hear this story.
It was my birthday right before I was leaving Miami. I'm gonna lose track of the other topic, but let's just give you reference for that.
I'll memorize what I have.
I'm sorry. You just threw me off.
There was a lot going on. I came out to Miami for an entire winter. This is the time when my Instagram was booming and everything, and I was out here for pretty much the winter. I had to get back to Canada because I was passing my 6 months of being out here. You're allowed here for 6 months of the year if you're
Like your
Canadian.
visa, right?
Yeah.
Every
so-
Canadian can relate to this.
so I'm 5.5 months in. It's summer, weather's getting nice. I still had my condo in Toronto. I was okay, let me go back home, whatever. So I waited until my birthday week, and I was out here celebrating my birthday that whole week. And on the last night before I'm supposed to leave, we went out, and one of my girls was the designated drivers of my vehicle, and we parked it in a parking lot. And after the club, I'm drunk. My seats were forward in the back. I had an SUV, and there was a pillow in the back because I had road tripped that car from Toronto.
I get it now.
So I had everything situated, all blankets, pillows, and I'm drunk AF. The seats are forward. I just crawled back in there and I was knocked out. And my girl drove one of my girls home, and then she's turning into my building, which is the same studio building, and the car stops in the middle of the road and all the lights go on, and she said, I don't know what to do. Your car is freaking out. We don't know what's going on. Long story short, the whole wheel came off. We don't know how. We didn't feel any crazy impact. My girl she wasn't drinking or anything, and so what we're pretty sure happened is I probably had my tires turned when I was parked, and someone must have hit into me, and we were driving on highways. We drove my girl home. We did a bunch of stuff before we got to my house, and somehow the wheel
Thank goodness you weren't driving that fast.
At the end of the night when you were almost home, this happened.
turning into my building in the
Yeah.
middle of the road.
So
and
good.
Not
good, the situation.
I wouldn't have
good
felt a
in the
thing.
moment.
I was already out cold at that point until that happened. And then I remember hitting up my friend. She had hit up her boyfriend. I had hit up Trell, and I was like, oh, I don't know what to do. I'm hitting up people. I'm like, please come help. And then I had a bunch of people show up trying to fix it. And they're like, yeah, you're tired. And that day I was planning to, I don't remember if I think I was supposed to actually drive home from that day. I ended up having to fly home. Everything was.
What did you do with your car?
It got towed and they had to fix it, and it took them about 3
Damn,
months
this
to fix
happens
it.
to you every time.
No, I've only ever had 2 situations in my life where my car has broken down or totaled, and that was number 1, and Christmas was number 2.
Yeah.
This does not happen to me. I've never been in an accident myself. I've never like
You're not a bad driver.
I'm not a bad driver.
Things keep happening.
I never get literally. I've never been pulled over. I've never hit into anyone. I've never done anything like that. But there's just been events that have happened where my car, or I don't know if I was drunk, passed out. I don't know if maybe my girl would have hit something. I just feel she wasn't drunk, so I don't know if she just didn't want to tell me, oh my god, I accidentally did this, and she knew I was passed out and wouldn't have known. But like, I would have felt that type of impact. The freaking tire came off.
Yeah,
the whole
insane.
thing popped off the axle. It was. So, long story short, when I went back to
Canada,
Toronto,
your boyfriend or your ex came to pick you up.
Yeah, because I had no car. So
He had to.
yeah, and he asked me out on a date, and I was okay, come pick me up. He's I could send an Uber for you because we were going to this lounge that's 40 minutes away from me and 40 minutes away from him, but he lives also another 40 minutes away from it was just far. So he was like, oh, I'll send an Uber for you. And I was like, I don't know, at the time I was just being a bit bougie where I was like, I don't want to be picked up in an Uber to go out on a date with this guy that I barely know so I was like, oh, it's okay, I'll just see you another night. And he was like, okay, fine, I'll come pick you up. And then he did the whole thing, and then he brought me home too. I just felt I had to set that tone from the beginning because I don't know, if you can't even make that effort from day one, you're probably never gonna make that effort.
Girls, if he wanted to,
he would. And that's the thing too, and you have to be willing to just not be so desperate where if they're not coming correct that
just
you're just
taking
like,
any
oh,
type
okay.
of treatment.
Yeah, no, you're coming proper.
I feel like a lot of girls just forget about the fact that you set the tone for get treated, and he just buys you a drink and go home with them, that's the tone.
Yeah, I totally agree, especially early on. I feel as time goes by and I'm actually dating someone, I become very flexible. I start tolerating all types of crazy stuff. I feel that starts to change. But my number one thing for me to even be interested in a relationship, that tone has to be there from the beginning. That's it.
Facts.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions, Raquel?
No, I feel like I learned so much. No, that was good.
You learned that I crashed all my cars.
Yeah, you got drunk in the trunk.
It was my birthday, in my defense.
Threesomes, foursomes,
She
fivesomes.
was one of the first people on OnlyFans.
Yeah,
one of
learned that.
the actual, probably
Learned how
first
you
creator
grew.
from Canada.
I feel like I was one of the first in Canada because I'm
so
sure there
cool.
was some.
In general,
you know?
I feel like you're one of the first because I was looking at, from the outside, I don't know, at 20,000 followers as an engineer looking at all these girls that do OF. It was you, Flower Bomb, and Ashley Resch. Those were the only three people that I knew that were doing it.
I don't know when Ashley got on. I remember when Flower Bomb started getting on, so I feel I was on before maybe then. And then she had everyone under her referral,
Yeah.
and I remember looking at her, oh my god, that was so smart of her. She was
Yeah.
always on
Just
top of
promoting
things,
it all the time.
But she also went on there, had good strategies, was able to help people. I felt I was always clueless at the beginning, and then I actually started meeting that whole circle of girls where we all blew up together. I ended up meeting after I had already had OnlyFans. So then it was nice meeting other influencer girls that we used to sit there and discuss and come up with stuff. I used to learn a lot from them. We had this group chat on Instagram, and we were all helping each other grow and giving each other tips with OF. And I felt that really changed a lot of things for me because until that point, I was on for several months and I didn't know who to ask. I didn't have anyone to feel like, am I doing this right? I had people who, most people were trying to push me to go onto other platforms altogether because they all had their own reason for wanting me on a different platform and they had their own incentive. I felt nobody even wanted me on OF, so I had no help with it. I had no, what are other people doing? I had no one to ask, no ideas, nothing. There's just this new platform that someone out there is making $100K a month, and I just knew I needed to figure it out.
And if you are a girl, sorry,
No,
you go ahead.
Love that.
No, if you are a girl.
If you're a girl and you're looking to make an OnlyFans, hit one of us up. We would love to help you if you don't already have an account. How OnlyFans works, I'm gonna break this down because a lot of people don't understand it. On OnlyFans, somebody can send you a link and you can make an account under their referral code. OnlyFans automatically takes 20% of your money. So when you use your friend's code, out of that 20%, 5% will go to your friend that's helping you, and then 15% will go to OnlyFans. If you don't use anyone's link, OnlyFans takes that 20%, and here you are, still unsure of what to do, how to price things, how to caption things, what kind of content to take, how to grow yourself. You have no inside knowledge.
I do wish early on when I was making my account that I had someone I could have
Same.
done that with. There was just no one I knew. And now I realize you could hit up a random girl and be like, hey, I want to sign up. Some girls don't have the patience to deal with it, but I didn't realize any girl would be willing to help you. I thought girls would be more like gatekeeping and not wanting, if they don't know you, they're not going to put you on to anything. So I just didn't even know that was an option early on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy because I started an OnlyFans page because you told me about it. I didn't use anyone's referral code. And then afterwards, I saw Flower Bomb promoting that she's helping girls. So I ended up making a second page, and a lot of her tips actually helped me
Absolutely.
go above whatever I was making
Yeah.
previously.
See, I feel I was never good with referral stuff because I feel like I never telling girls to even get on OnlyFans unless I know they're already in these industries. It's always been
You don't want to be like promoting sex work.
Yeah, I don't want to tell a girl quit your job and get into the sex industry.
No, but if you're already thinking about it,
1 minute.
hit us up. We're gonna wrap this up. This was an amazing interview. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Sassy Mandy on all platforms. We will link all of her social media below.
And thank you for tuning into Off the Air, learning all about Mandy today, and also Ara's tips and kind of tricks with the OnlyFans.
Yeah, a
And
little bit.
if you guys need anything in terms of you want to sign up and you want to venture down this route, hit up any one of them and they'll be more than willing to help you, right?
Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe.